Howdy there, ladies and gentlemen. As always, I'm Admiral Vigilance, and we are back playing some Dragon Age Origins. Today, we are doing the Soldier's Peak DLC, so let's get right into it. As always, we're taking the same team out, because everyone else sucks ass. And we're heading off to Soldier's Peak. Yep, we're down here south in the Brazilian forest, last I remember. And I think we were doing some side quests. Could not locate some of the people we were sent to find. It was a pain in the ass, so I'm going to find that out later. But anyways, I'll shut up and you guys can enjoy.
And here we are, Soldier's Peak. Maker's breath. Look at the size of her. What a fortress. I told you the map would get us through the tunnels. I wasn't lost, it's just that the map got soggy. Bah, we're here. So, I'll follow you about, from a distance. This place has the stench of death. I expect there's trouble up ahead.
Soldier's Peak. Looks like it's seen better days. Better centuries, more like.
Apologies, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just handling something real quick. Apologies once again. We are just finished. I'm just trying to finish something up before we do this. Alright, here we go. My bad. Alright, anyways, I'll shut up and you guys can enjoy this beautiful DLC.
Fall back! Fall back already!
Taking the peak will not be easy, my lord.
I gave the Wardens one chance to die with honor. Instead, they hole up like cowards. We follow the King's advice, then. Starve them out.
But the peak has months of supplies.
Then we wait. When they are too weak to lift their weapons, we will send them to their final judgment.
Oh, what was that? Felt a bit woozy there. I'm not mad, am I? You saw it too? How's that possible? This place truly is haunted. The Veil? Demons? Thank Andraste you came, Warden. After you.
Do not let them overwhelm us. It shall be done.
Nothing but
The great one ends! For the right there. As you say.
my majesty makes we must have victory.
I shall do it.
I think we work well together.
These things have unusual powers. Be wary. It has begun.
Right then.
Down you go!
May the paragons watch over me. I shall do it. How we do battle.
Performed as I expected.
I shall do it.
go.
The men's morale is low. My spells are of no use in this matter, Commander.
There is more to leading men than sorcery, Avernus. I will remind them that they're wardens. Men, I won't lie to you. The situation is grim. Our forces outnumbered, our bellies empty, and our hearts are sagging. But we are wardens! Darkspawn flee when they hear our horns. Archdemons die when they taste our blades. So are we to bend knee to a mere human despot? No! I, for one, will never give up. I, for one, will never surrender just to dance on Arlen's gallows. So I propose here and now, in these hallowed halls where generations of our brethren stood vigil against darkspawn and evil, that we send a message to that fat bastard. In this sacred place, proud men, strong men stood defiant, and would rather die than submit to tyranny.
So brave, even when starving, and my great-great-grandmother stood with them. Not much is known of King Arland. The War of Succession that followed his death, now that was a piece of work. Lasted nearly a decade, and almost burned Denerim and the palace to the ground. Loads of history was lost, but maybe there's answers to that inside. But I've gabbed enough. Lead on, my friend.
Oops, I went outside. The cat turned around there.
It has begun.
Down you go!
Very well. shall be done. I shall do it. Very well. We fight for honor! As you say, shall be done. No hope, fleshling! It is begun. I will not your fear, mortal! I shall do it. As you say,
Must have wait
shall be
for
done.
killing.
Right then.
My magic
I shall do it.
I have
As you say.
silenced it.
Just die already.
Fine thing being done.
The door won't hold, Archivist.
Almost done. The truth must be told.
What does it matter? We're dead.
Our grand rebellion so close. And to die here, a stillbirth.
We never should have done it. Wardens aren't supposed to oppose kings and princes.
Should we stand idly by while...
Another one. Rebellion? What's this about a rebellion? If only the book weren't burned. But Sophia must have had her reasons. The Wardens are heroes. Some injustices just can't be ignored. How's that different from what you're doing with Tairn Loghain? You lead a harder life than I.
Sorry guys, I'm just looking for a codex page to make sure I have it. No, I don't. I don't know what... Maybe it's one of these books? No? That goes up to the second floor. I'm looking for a... Ah, here it is. Aha! There we go. Alright, I'll shut up and you guys can enjoy.
Andraste's blood! What?
More Avernus! Whatever it takes!
Teli e ben photos victos!
Press them! Press them now!
No! I command you, fight the king's men!
Fool. So much death, suffering, and oh yes, blood. The veil is torn now. Your soul is mine, Avernus.
Acolytes, retreat now. The battle is lost.
Avernus!
What just happened? Oh no, more fighting.
Your word.
As you say, I shall do it.
It's a gusher!
Here! For the fools,
Appointed by
eh?
master.
Shall be done. Very well. Quickly, we must fight! Send me! Shall be done. I shall do it.
As you say.
Oh no, you don't! And that's...
Now we'll do battle. I shall do it. It is begun, as you say.
The wardens summoned demons. Can't believe it. And my grandmother, she knew. I believed that my family was better than that. But answers may lay up ahead.
It has begun. It shall be done.
Mage Collective. Apparently I can turn in a quest for them, so that will get me a bit more gold. Not much, probably. Probably about 1 to 3. That's usually good enough for me.
I have something for you.
Oh, alright, what's up?
The market district is a whole sight better because of what you've done for us. I know this may not be much, but it's an extra thanks. A lot of folks swallow whatever lies are fed to them, but us believers will try and spread word about you and the Wardens.
Oh.
Thanks.
Oh, hey, thanks for the 4 gold. You're amazing. I actually thought I was going to have to kill that guy. Huh. Because I thought I thought he had new orders to actually kill me.
Good
Guess
to
not.
see you again.
It
Good to
says to fucking turn
see you
in.
again.
I hate this game. I hate this game when it's like this. Alright, anyways, we'll head back to camp. We will put the new runes into Starfang, and then we will head out to Ozamar. Ozamar. However you pronounce that. I probably have said it right like 3 times.
Are you sure I can't interest you? Of course.
Goodbye. Enchantment? Enchantment!
Alright, that's all the weapons we're going to be using. Enchanted. So we should be able to head over to Ozamar now. This is not enchanted. Or no, that's not enchanted. That is not enchanted. This is enchanted. That's enchanted. And these are not enchanted. Good. So let's grab up our
Yes,
standard.
Yes.
And then we'll head over here. So we do have a lot of inventory space now because I put all my gifts I had into the storage chest that's at Soldier's Peak. So anyways, I will shut up and you guys can enjoy, as always, this very, maybe not well done story arc, but probably one of my favorite in this game, even though I love this entire game. Besides the mages part, I hate the mages part. It's just it's an annoying, way too long mission that just and this is longer than the mages part, and I still find this interesting.
Some folks came in yesterday with
So I'll shut up.
crazy stories about Redcliffe. You hear about that? I demand an audience with you and Sir All of Ferelden. King Loghain will not...
Vieta, this land is held in trust for the sovereign dwarven kings. I cannot allow entry at this time.
King Loghain demands the allegiance of the Desher, or lords, or whatever you call them in your assembly. I am his appointed messenger.
I don't care if you're the king's wiper. Orzammar will have none but its own until our throne is settled. You're the exile. Aye. Despite your brother Balin's best efforts, sorrow finished what your kinslaying started. Your father is dead.
Kinslayer? Oh, you're not getting in. Losing two sons, one to murder and one to exile, who can blame him for seeking peace among the ancestors?
The Assembly has gone through a dozen votes without agreeing on a successor. If it is not settled soon, we risk a civil war.
The Wardens killed King Cailan and nearly doomed Ferelden. They're sworn enemies of King Loghain.
Well, that is the Royal Seal. That means only the Assembly is authorized to address it. Grey Warden, you may pass.
What? He's a traitor and a kinslayer. You said it yourself. In the name of King Loghain, I demand that you execute this stain on the honor of Ferelden. What? Lies and slander! King Loghain will not suffer this. I will not suffer it. I'm his messenger.
Kill each other as you will, but take your sodding fight off my doorstep.
Very well. As you say. As you say. Tactic. Fight. Ankles. As you say. It shall be done.
Ooh, that's a nice heavy plate we can sell. Even though it'd probably be good if we keep it, but I'm just gonna sell it.
You've done me a service. That fool Imrek was barking for a week. Are all humans so touched? You are free to enter Orzammar, Grey Warden. Though I don't know what help you will find.
A drop. Follow, Warden. Your fair journeys, Warden.
Is it just me, or do all these statues look alike?
Now that's a thing of beauty, daughter. If you work hard like Branka, all Orzammar will know your name.
Were you really in that cage for 20 days?
It might have been closer to 30. I stopped counting after a while.
What did you do? I mean, 20 days is a long time to sit in one place and do nothing.
On good days, I posed riddles to the passers-by, offering them treasures in exchange for correct answers.
Really?
No.
Aw, too bad. That's got serious potential.
I'm sorry, but I love that. Anyways, back to this. This is going to be an amazing, and I think you all will love this. So I'll shut up, and you guys can enjoy this very fantastic story.
It is the Assembly who makes a king, and a king who nominates his successor. None of it is carried in the blood.
Or, as now, when someone tries using the Assembly to pull a coup. Who's to say what my father said in his final hours, when the usurper Harrowmont was the only one by his side?
I'll have you thrown in prison.
You've bitten off more than you can chew!
Handlers, separate these dashers in the Diamond Quarter. I will not have Balin incite a riot.
You not speak that way about the man who should be king! I won't have fighting in the Commons, especially in front of outsiders. I find that sodding fool, I'll have him in the Legion. Exile, you were not to show your face here again. I have enough crime to deal with. I shouldn't have to dump you back in the deep roads. That's right. You found pity topside. The Warden should have better sense when choosing allies. Surfacers and their cloud-addled heads. Fine, oh illustrious Grey Warden. What do you want? Blame yourself for that. The deaths in your house brought us here. And still the tavern is open, and the market is busy. Orzammar has suffered worse. The ancestors will see us through. They've caged themselves for fear of each other. As you've seen, keeping order down among us working people is dodgy. No place for a proper lord. Balin speaks through his second, Vartag Gavorn, in the Assembly. Lord Harrowmont speaks through Dulin Ferender from his estate. Are you sure you're still a dwarf? Ancestors have patience. If Branka could hear this, well, I wouldn't be standing in dried blood. If you must be our warden, at least know us. Go to the Shaper of Memories in the Shaperate, the true bright spot in the Diamond Quarter. Surface problems. Well, we have no king to hear you. You can join the shouting at the Assembly in the Diamond Quarter if you want. Bunch of Desher lords bickering over sand. Balin, Harrowmont. Is one so different? No paragons here. Yes, you should.
For a tiny people, they certainly build high ceilings.
Hey.
Ancestors. I'm sorry. Did you have an offering for the ancestors? I can move aside. I don't have much to bring them. My name is Vilda, widow of Turok of the Smith caste. I pray here every day for my son, Ruck. I only wish I knew whether I should be asking for his safe return or for the ancestors to accept his soul. It was 5 years ago. He was only a youngster. He joined a Deep Roads excursion, the only smith to go with the warriors to repair their arms. He was so proud, but he got separated somehow. When they came home, he wasn't with them. How? There is no way except to brave the deep roads yourself. Warden, so you could do it. Only wardens face the deep roads without a company backing them. Oh, thank you. The ancestors finally heed my prayers.
Take heart, good widow Filda. We'll do our best.
Please, find me as soon as you return.
I should have stayed in that cage.
Maker's blessing on you, brother. The Maker brought forth this world and every creature in it. He chose a human woman as his prophet and bride, but he loves all races. I'm Brother Burkle of the Red Cliff Chantry, returned to my ancestors' land to spread the chant of light. I'm petitioning to open a chantry in Orzammar. The Shaper controls changes in Orzammar's structure and society. I need the Shaper of Memory's permission to open a prayer meeting. Oh, I'd hoped you'd say that. I can see the Maker's hand on your shoulder, guiding you always. Please, let me know as soon as you've heard anything.
By the ancestors! You were exiled into the deep roads. How can you be standing here? Then I hope your return is a good omen. Since your father died, many have begun to wonder if it was Balin's hand behind Trian's death, not yours. Even your father believed that. It's why he appointed Lord Harrowmont as his heir. But enough Deshers support Balin to keep the Assembly in a deadlock. You can see how bad things have gotten. In his sleep, though many whisper those are only sweet words to hide the smell of poison, may the ancestors accept the king among their blessed number. Exactly half the Assembly, but as you know, that means his numbers are dropping. And I'm sure some curse their decision to exile you. But House Iduken stands behind Balin still, and they have stricken your name. He still lives in the king's quarters, pretending your father never repudiated him. He seems to think if he's close to the throne long enough, we'll forget he has no right to claim it. Exactly half the Assembly. But as you... he dares not leave his estate often. You've seen what sort of thugs support your brother. He wouldn't dare say so, but the common folk do. Not enough of them, I say. Exactly half the Assembly still supports Balin, and their loyalty runs deep. A blight? Now? But our warriors are killing each other in the streets. Who will lead the battle? How will we survive? Then may the ancestors guide your efforts. If you seek Lord Harrowmont's support, talk to Dulin Ferender. You'll find him in Harrowmont's estate. Tell him who you are, and I'm sure he can get you an audience. I should return home until the streets become safe again.
excuse me. Do you have a... Oh, I actually was talking to your companions. Or are you from the surface too? I've been trying forever to find someone who really knows the surface world. I don't suppose you've heard of something called the Circle? Oh, my lady, it's an honor. I've never met an actual mage. Is it true you can manipulate nature's forces with your mind? Like you were born with lyrium in your veins?
Don't let the glamour fool you, child. Wielding magic is a dangerous occupation and a great responsibility.
I've been trying to reach someone there for years. I've sent missives with every caravan, but I never get a reply. I want to know if they would accept me for study. I want to go to the Circle to study. I don't want to do magic. No dwarf can cast spells, but I don't see why I shouldn't study it. It would be a valuable exchange. Orzammar would learn of one of the great natural forces of the surface. And the Circle gains direct access to our knowledge of lyrium smithing. That would be wonderful. My name is Dagna, daughter of Janar of the Smithcast. Tell them I've already begun reading the Teventer Imperiums for Tikum Kadab, and it's just fascinating. Did you know the Imperial Magister Lords once had genealogies of every human family known to produce a mage child? Oh, I'll go pack my bags right now. I'll be waiting by my father's shop.
Fangirl. Anyways, I am actually planning on... Ooh.
I knew I should have stuck to common nugs. I've gone and lost them too. I'll never find them the way they skitter. No way I'm going back to that supplier in Dust Town. Guess I'm shutting it down. Gotta boil them before roasting, but otherwise no, safe as sand. Some people swear they make good pets. May as well leash a turnip, I say. Good on you, stranger. Only need one to turn this around.
Pretty much. I know it's probably a bad decision, but we will be siding with Balin just because Balin's more of a... he's not really as conservative as Harrowmont. He actually... Fuckers. Holy fuck, this thing is massive. He wants what's best for... he's a little dirty, as you guys saw in like the first few episodes of this.
Go on, I'm out of the nug game. Got nothing to sell. Saraka, I'm back in the game, such as it is. I don't have much besides gratitude, but find a bunch more of these and I'll toss you whatever I found.
But yeah, he's a bit dirty, very corrupt probably, but he actually much better than Harrowmont. Harrowmont's kind of like a he wants to be very very conservative. He doesn't want to be dealing with anything on the surface. Doesn't want to do anything besides just stay in the traditional way, which is actually not what the dwarfs need, because there's only 2 out of 12 kingdoms of the dwarfs left, so they really need to start to grow and expand and everything like they did years and years ago. But anyways, I'll shut up.
The closer you live to the surface, the higher class you are. Unless you're actually on the surface.
My lord, you're back. They told me you were dead. I'm flattered you remember, my lord. Perhaps you also remember our night of passion, the evening of your first commission, or the son we created, who now has his birthright stripped from him because you got yourself exiled. I've had to care for him myself, nurse him, clothe him. I can't work. No one wants to lie with a woman who's used up her fertility on some castless brat. How could you do this to us? Then help us. Convince your family to take you back, or at least declare you honorably dead and acknowledge your son. Please, think about what his life will be otherwise. Thank you. I haven't had a solid meal in a week. Oh, 1 sovereign. Great. Very generous. It was nice knowing you.
Sorry, I'm broke. I think that was my... Oh, wait. Actually, I can't really give her more. the fuck? Why can't I give her more?
News of the hour. Lord Balin promises radical changes that will offend the ancient paragons. Have our traditions no value?
Anyways, I will shut up and
New
you guys can enjoy.
offensive is required against the Darkspawn, says Lord Balin.
So this is the seat of the king. Except he isn't sitting there at the moment, I suppose.
As you say.
Thief! Who would dare take from the memory? Warden, I'm outraged. A thief in a shapered. What have we been reduced to? I did. He was bald, with the most garish brand across his head. Almost like he took pride in being castless. Imagine. He's probably in the slums somewhere. As if he'd find a buyer for a stolen tome in Dust Town. They couldn't know the value.
Oh, pardon me. Were you looking for a particular volume? Not that I could really help. I, don't know the libraries very well. I'm just doing some research. I was looking for something about the Orton Tig. It was lost during the last Blight, and there aren't many records left. They were a noble house once, descended from the Paragon Orton, who composed the grand epic of the Seven Brothers and the Ortonic Symphony. My mother's family believes they were descended from Kalana Orton, who was training in Orzammar when the Tig fell. I'm even named for the house, Orta. Unfortunately, any records would be buried in the Tig's ruins, somewhere in the deep roads. A Grey Warden? Mother always said that if anyone could find the Tig, it was the Wardens. I hear Prince Balin and Lord Harrimont have both been sending out small teams these days. Yes, if you can find the Tig in any records, that could do it. That could prove I'm a noble. If you could. Maybe now that you're looking, it's almost too much to hope.
When I last walked this hall, Endrin was king and Orzammar was at peace. The memories often speak of the swiftness with which change overtakes us. But it is different to see it firsthand. I apologize, Warden. I should not burden a stranger with such thoughts. I am Zebor, the Shaper of Memories. Your exile is written in the memories, Warden. I am sorry, but Orzammar cannot be your home, nor I your Shaper. We must all obey the Ancestors' rules. That is an odd request. Have you grown so fond of the Surfacer's ways in your brief absence? I thought so. This is not the first time he's made this plea. My answer to Brother Burkle hasn't changed. So I ask you the same. On what basis would you have me insult the Ancestors and overturn 2,000 years of tradition? What sort of charities do you mean? I am not certain this is in Orzammar's best interests. Our castes have served us well, but it's possible this service could benefit our people. Very well, he may hold a prayer meeting as he requested, if not build a new temple to his god. At least the words would come from one of our own. Now, is there anything more? Perhaps the books here can make up for the lack of attention you paid your elders. We were a great empire once, and our land stretched through the deep roads. Kal Shirak was capital then, but we lost too many battles. We lost our golems, and we lost our territory. Now the empire is simply ruined tunnels filled with darkspawn. At the other side of the old empire, during the last Blight, the kings of Orzammar knew they couldn't hold everything. They sealed the deep roads, abandoning everyone still trapped in far-flung settlements. It was the only way to survive. Kal Shirak is the only other city to outlast the Blight. We only rediscovered them recently. and they still haven't forgiven us. The Paragon Caridin, a smith of unsurpassed genius, invented the golems. For years they were our weapon against the Darkspawn. One golem is worth a dozen dwarves in battle, but Caridin's Tig is far into the deep roads. When it fell, we lost his secret to creating golems. There are books about it along these walls if you would read more. I will settle your mind if I can, Warden. Your presence here has been recorded in the memories. I wish I knew what significance it has.
Very well.
I heard you had returned to his exile. What insult do you mean by coming here? After what you did to Trian, you come to your only living brother for help?